This is the segmentation part. So in the segmentation, only this slide you need to understand and nothing more than that. So this SD-WAN also provide end-to-end segmentation through VPNs. So they actually we will cover it later. Before that, I need to make you understand what is VPN, all this. Segmentation, we'll cover it later. Okay. So, so about your question, suppose you have one device. So you need to do some basic configuration. Basic configuration means system IP, site ID, organization name, vBond IP, and host name. So these configuration you need to configure on this device, then it will be able to reach to your vBond or vSmart. Then this means these are the some basic parameter you need to configure. Okay, but one more important thing you need to consider, there is a two type of VPN we use. So there is a normally we called VPN. So all your transport, either it's MPLS, either is internet, is part of VPN 0. That will be a VPN 0. Okay, and other your LAN traffic, other your LAN traffic, VPN, VPN 1 to VPN 511. These are fixed for service VPN. You cannot configure any WAN transport under the VPN 1. That is a fix for Viptela. You remember this? VPN 0 will be a transport VPN. Transport VPN means all the WAN links you will configure under this VPN. And if you want to configure any LAN, either LAN 1, 2, 3, these are the service VPN. Under the service VPN, you can take any range, either VPN 10, 20, 30, whatever you want to keep. The range is VPN 1 to VPN 511. And there's a last thing, VPN 512. That is already reserved for the management. You cannot configure any service VPN under this VPN. Right? So all your LAN traffic will hit to these VPN. Whatever you are configuring, you are using VPN 10, 20, 30, anything in between. So in this slide, you will see some basic configuration you need to do first on every device. System IP, site ID, organization name. Hmm. So I will define in next slide what is this means. So organization name will be same for all your SD-WAN fabric. Either it is configured on Edge, vSmart, vBond, vManage. So it is same. Organization name will be same for your whole fabric. Like you have, suppose you are part from any MSP company. You are handling 5 different customers. So 5 different customers will have the different organization name, right? In their SD-WAN fabric. vBond IP, if you are using one vBond, then it will be also the same for all the devices. Host name, you want to keep anything else, XYZ 1, 2, 3, anything. Host name you want, you can keep. And
Site ID should be the same whatever we have provided during the purchase with the Cisco.
organization name you're talking about?
Yeah, and site ID.
No, no, no. Organization name will be same whenever you will
Hmm.
purchase anything from Cisco.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
organization name normally we don't purchase from Cisco. We make
Hmm.
ourselves in the smart
Hmm.
account, right? But
Hmm.
condition is this, whatever organization you have defined one time. Suppose, for example, you have deployed this site with this
Hmm.
organization name. Anything you can
Hmm.
see like JK Cement, Vodafone, or
Hmm. Hmm.
anything else you have kept here, and you have deployed
Hmm.
this site. Now you want,
mm,
okay, no, this organization not looks good for me. I want to change it.
mm,
I will deploy this
mm,
device with Vodafone 2.
mm,
No, it will
mm,
not work. It will not hit to
mm,
your SD-WAN fabric because your
mm,
vSmart, vBond, vManage is already configured with this organization name. And one time it is
okay.
configured, you will not change it. Otherwise, your all network will be down.
Yeah, means the same information should be updated in the smart console as well against the
Correct,
device.
correct.
Okay.
And according to that, you will download your
Mm,
serial file. Your serial file is also depend on that one. Your this second
mm,
device will not come up on vManage if you are not having the correct organization.
correct.
Okay.
And what about the site ID?
Yeah, I will define.
Okay.
So if I will go to this one, was the SD-WAN fabric terminology. So overlay management protocol OMP. So it's a control plane protocol distributing reachability, security, and policy throughput throughout the fabric. TLOC. TLOC is a transport locator, means it's a transport attachment point and next hop route attribute. This will understand what is a TLOC when we will do the lab. Then you will understand how what is a TLOC. So it's a basically you can say if your site is having two transport, one is internet, one is MPLS. So this point we are talking about, these are the TLOCs, transport locator. It's the next hop basically for to reach any subnet. Color, one color we always define for every WAN transport. Color control plane basic tag. Basically, color is a control plane tag used for IPsec tunnel establishment logic. Like we have discussed here, if we want to control that MPLS will only create tunnel with this MPLS and internet will create tunnel with this internet, then you will use the policies, and where you will apply the policy, you will apply the policy on the color, or you can do the restriction on the color. So whenever you simply understand, whenever we define any transport, color is must. You need to define the color of that transport. There's a multiple option available. When we will do the lab, we will understand that what kind of color, private color, public color, but you need to define one color of that transport. How these work, how you can restrict, and what are the conditions that why this color will not making a tunnel with other color. So those things we will detail. We have enough time, 10 days time. We will define in details that, and we will do the practically. We will change the color of any interface and they will see what are the impacts. Okay, so just you understand that these are some terminology. OMP, T-locks, color we use to just a control plane tagging to create IP tunnel. Please make mute, I think somebody. And site ID. Site ID is just unique per site. It's a numeric identifier. You can define in a way that um, any number you can define, like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, any number you can define for any site. So it's just a numeric identifier and it should be unique. Suppose you are deploying two box on one site. How SDN Fabric will know that these two box available on site number 2? So you need to define site ID common like 2, 20, 30, anything. Means suppose you have site 20 and you are defining 20 there. So another box should also have the site ID 20. That's how your SDN Fabric will know, okay, these two boxes are available on same site. So it's
So,
just
Sachin, we can only give numbers to sites, or can we also name them?
no, only number.
Only
Name,
numbers.
yeah, only number. Name you can provide through the host name of those boxes. But site is the site ID. Site name in description you can define, but site ID you need to uh, keep, right? System IP. System IP is a unique per device. Suppose you have two boxes at one site. Here you already define the site ID, two boxes. Site ID is 20. System IP will be unique. Unique in the sense that for this box 1.4.5.6. So this box should not have the same. It will have anything else like 1.4.5.7 this way. And there's a condition. It look like a IP address. So it will be defined in the octet. You cannot define like 1.4.5. That's it. No. You need to define in 4 octet like you define any IP address. And there is a limitations. Lastly, you can define 255. That's it. You cannot define 256. You only define 255. This you can define like in a way 10.255.255.255, or you can define this 10.255.1.255. It will not use anywhere except this device will use this system IP as a router ID if it is you also using an BGP and OSPF, and it is also it should be unique. It's a mandatory for any edge device. There are four things are very mandatory: site ID, system IP, organization name, and vbond details. If these four are not available on any device, device will not come up. The same thing you can test in your lab also. You can configure only three things: system IP, site ID, organization name, and you just forget your vbond. This device will not come up on SD-WAN fabric. So
So,
these four are the must.
but I guess one of the features of SD-WAN is to auto. I mean, the VH comes automatically.
Yeah. I am telling about just these terminology and what are the mandatory things. How the ZTP works, how the config comes automatically, that is a different thing, right? But I'm telling you what our configuration is the must. When any box comes up automatically, there is also one reason behind that. That time we manage push this information to VH, and that then VH comes up. VH never comes up without this information on the orchestrator. It can hit, it can authenticate it, but it will not be a part of SD-WAN fabric till you are not configuring these four
So,
things.
so the system IP will also act as router ID for BGP and OSPF, right? Can
Right.
we use, I mean,
Mhm.
see, the system IP has to have a IPv4 notation type, or is
Correct,
it has to have an IP address?
correct.
Is it mandatory to have it? I mean, see, writing
Yeah,
something in 4 octet is a different thing, but owning that 4 octet IP is a different thing. You said that this system IP has to be written in a 4 octet way, right?
correct.
Like
But you
an IP
cannot
address.
you cannot write in a way that 500. It
I
is
understand
incorrect.
that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that not, I mean that system IP will also act as BGP and OSPF for router ID. So can we not, I mean, see, can we not have an IP system IP different than the router ID?
No, you can miss if you want. Okay, my system IP is this, but I want to define a router ID of this edge of OSPF and BGP. No, I don't think so. There is any
Because
command.
you know, man, I may be running different,
Correct.
different
I got it your
VPNs.
point.
I may be running different environments.
Different VPNs, different
If I mean,
environment.
I'm running different kind of networks on my device.
Mhm. Okay.
My system is connected to different legs, right?
Correct.
So
That time you can play around
why
the
will you?
BGP on a VRFs. That time. I got to your point. You want that on the LAN side, you want to keep different router ID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think so. There is some command, and it will not impact anything else because this feature of SD-WAN is very fantastic. These we called service VPN. These are the if you are running different LAN in your environment. Suppose suppose you have one edge at device, and I have also deployed this kind of design at one site. Suppose you have one site here, for example, you have one site here. This is the edge device, and there is a building. On every floor, there is a three different companies running, three
Mhm.
different department. You want the three different department, and I don't want that this department will able to communicate this one. These are the some separate. I have deployed one of the design for FBI. So they have department, and the requirement was this department should not communicate to this one. And the same is applicable for another site. There is also a building, different department, right? For example, A, I think our training is mostly going towards the designing. No problem, interesting. One,
Yeah, because I think
B,
we have a mix of people here.
C,
There are some.
yeah, one A, B, C, D. So I want this department A will able to communicate only with this A. This B will only able to communicate this B. So this is the edge device. Okay, you have two links. Here you also having two links. One is internet, one is what is this? One is internet, one is MPLS. Okay, so if they already connected, means you can assume this site are already connected through the SD-WAN fabric, right? Now this site is having this box is installed in this building, and this for department. A department will only will communicate to A. This is how possible because this SD-WAN provide the LAN segmentation. Normally we say sorry this this one end-to-end segmentation. Sorry, VPN site A, site 2, VPN A, VPN 2, VPN C. So basically we configure like this way. A is part of VPN 10, B is part of VPN 20, C is part of VPN 30, D is part of VPN 40.
And for
So
all those VPNs, I'm using the same router ID.
yeah, and
Yeah, that's what.
and this VPN will not able to communicate. In your lab you can test. I will also create two VPN 10 or 20, and then you will see that VPN 10 will not able to communicate to VPN 20. If you want especially that no, these two departments can talk to each other, then you need to make a policy. Then after that you will be able to reach from A to B. Otherwise by default it's a part of segmentation. So this is also segmentation. We also, when you ask the question, so it is already covered with very good example. So this is also a segmentation that we call end-to-end segmentation. Isolate virtual private network across any transport. It doesn't mean that which transport you are using. It will provide you segmentation under the IPsec tunnels.
That's fine. I mean, that is the core principle and core requirement of VPNs to
Correct.
have it everything isolated and
Right,
segmented.
right. Correct. And VPN isolation is also carried over transport. When the traffic will go to the transport, it will not also mix. VPN one traffic will talk to VPN one only, VPN two traffic will only talk to VPN two, right? So it also a very good feature. So that's how you can achieve this about your question. So router ID does not impact this. For that one, you have the VPNs, and the limitation is 12511. I think nobody will use till that range. 500, more than 500 lines connection, right? So in this one I have achieved that time, like in a way I have not connected any four physical cables. I have connected only one physical cables. I have made the sub interfaces, and sub interfaces were right. Some interfaces are mapped on the this core switch with the VLANs, then VRFs, and every VRF having different BGP with the different department. So that's how you can achieve. You will deploy one core switch here. You will define VRFs. Every VRF is connected with one department 2, department 3, department 4, and this VRF having BGP under this edge. So these are some design things. So you can design anything according to your requirement, right? So in VRFs also, you know that this VRFs will never communicate to other VRF, right, on other side. So it will traffic will go like VRF to BGP connection, and then VH, then segmentation is already there, and that's how traffic will reach to other side. Okay, so that's how this segmentation works. Okay. So this terminology. Okay. Now these are the some things that under the these are template configuration complete. So what are the template we will cover later on when we will do the lab, because here are the some basic things. The whitelisting process. Okay. Yeah, how you can do the whitelisting. Okay. Can we take 15 minutes break and we will back? Like and subscribe my channel and share with those guys who want to learn SD-WAN. Thank you so much.